I think he's insane. I think he might be struggling with a little buyer's remorse because he did buy into the game. That's why he's able to talk about his mom being sacrificed.
A Christian, but she has people who want her to go to Interview magazine and put her ass out while she's a 40-something-year-old multi-billionaire.
Y'all, not Kanye West getting exposed for becoming the next Diddy. Just when we thought males in the business couldn't possibly be worse, Kanye West was exposed by his former artist for reportedly operating a SA club with Diddy, where they allegedly sold women to each other to meet their twisted wants. Girl, it's beginning to appear like Kanye West is Diddy version 2.0, because the specifics we are now finding out about this issue are ridiculous. Has he truly been treating Bianca as Diddy handled Cassie? Did he actually manipulate Bianca? Let's pour this tea.
Okay, so I thought Kodak was in Miami. I see he's in Atlanta. So I'm getting a flight down to Atlanta right now and do something. So anybody that's already down in Atlanta that knows him and knows anything about him, I know I said fuck rappers and all that, but right now I need y'all, man, to like really go and do something. Like, we can't, I know y'all think I'm crashing out and shit, but y'all, you see me talking, I'm expressing myself, I'm cathartic and shit. And look, man, please don't, I know I said a lot of shit, man, just let me go down there and go help this man out. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna be down there. I'm about to get my flight right now.
I believe I speak for everybody when I say we've all known for eons that Kanye West is sort of odd, to say the very least. He is renowned for going on rants, being messy, dragging other celebrities, and laying out their dirty linen in public. But even with all this, I don't believe anybody anticipated him to be accused of suspected SA and likened to Diddy. I mean, we all know the horrific things that Diddy has been accused of and sued for, so the concept that Kanye may be that evil is low-key unsettling. On the other hand, it shouldn't be that unexpected that Kanye is being accused of being deviant, since he himself has stated in the past that he suffered with an addiction to adult movies and that it nearly wrecked his life. Just last year, several staffers from his Yeezy design company spilled some pipe and hot tea to Rolling Stone, telling on how Kanye would reportedly play sexual films at staff meetings, and even dropped an intimate picture of his then-wife, Kim Kardashian, during job interviews. That's unsettling. But things became much more alarming when he was sued by his former aide, Lauren Pata. She said that Kanye supposedly behaved all kinds of improperly toward her while she worked for him. She stated Kanye recruited her to work on his Yeezy design brand, but after a few of months, he decided to engage her as his personal assistant, paying her $1 million a year. This sort of hints that Kanye had an ulterior motivation, since personal assistants do not earn anything close to $1 million. I mean, Kim Kardashian paid her former aide Stephanie Shepard $65,000. Then she dismissed Stephanie when she requested for additional salary. So Kanye giving Lauren $1 million was low-key stupid. At the time, Lauren had an OnlyFans account, and down the line, Kanye asked her to take it down, promising her another $1 million, which she accepted since, duh, that's a lot of money. According to accounts, Lauren was mostly supporting herself via her OnlyFans page in 2021 when she met Kanye. She claims he recruited her to work on the first season of his Yeezy women's fashion line, and they ended up working on 3 songs off his D album. Pata does not have any recognized credits on the record. However, Kanye then employed Pata as his personal assistant with an annual salary of $1 million on the condition that she remained accessible 24/7. She claims she agreed to the rules, but it didn't take long for Kanye to start behaving out against her. It grew to the point where he would send her very inappropriate text messages. She said he would say something like, "See, my problem is, I be wanting to F, but then after I F, I want a girl to tell me how hard they've been F while I'm Fing them, then I want her to cheat on me." He would supposedly go on to express his private dreams using obscene language.
Screenshots of his tweets show he posted in all caps, "Free Puff." He then went on to post or tweet, "All these celebrity N-words and B-words is scared. Y'all will watch our brother rot and never say S. He went on to post, I stood up for Puff and I'm still winning 20 Grammys next year and doing the Super Bowl. He also tweeted that, or posted that slavery is a choice, which of course got some backlash from other ex-users. But West seemed to double down as his rant continued with, what you all gonna do? Cancel my sneaker deal? Cancel my record deal? Freeze my accounts? F y'all, N-words. Slavery is a choice. I am speaking my mind now. I ain't editing S again ever. And he later tweeted, this man gave his life to us. This is my idol. This is my hero, seemingly referencing Sean Combs. And then there's this one, because he even announced a collaboration between himself and Sean Combs' fashion line, Sean John, saying that t-shirts would be made available on the Yeezy website, seemingly as a way to maybe raise money for Sean Combs or support Sean Combs as he's locked up in the MDC. And he also said that he and Combs would be splitting the profits 50-50, but later corrected himself saying, I just found out that Puff is not allowed to make or collect money while he's locked up, so I'm gonna send the half of the money to Justin, seemingly referring to Justin Dior Combs, Combs' son. By the way, the Daily Mail reports recently that both Justin and Christian Combs were seen arriving at the hotel that West was staying at in Los Angeles. Actually, it was reported they left carrying packages that contained clothing that was gifted to them by Kanye West. Again, this is according to the Daily Mail. This came, by the way, the same day that West apparently tweeted or posted, Puff is a way better dad than me dad and way better dad than me. He posted a photo of Combs on a red carpet with his children and said, I wish I had the relationship with my dad that Puff has with his kids. And West also tweeted over the weekend,
just for clarity, they trying to make an example out of Puff. Me and my brother had our issues, but these white people trying to use Puff to scare N-words. I'm neither scared nor brave, this just me.
And by the way, Sean Combs' Instagram account shared the post about the collaboration, writing, thank you to my brother Ye. Back to the shirt. The blue shirt with the Sean John logo that was apparently put up, it really wasn't up there for long because it was reportedly eventually replaced by something else. Do you know what that was? A single white t-shirt with a black swastika on it, selling for $20.
Another occasion, she alleged that he texted her stating, is my D racist? Is this Fing racist D of mine? I'm going to do this for being Fing racist. I'm going to gaze at photographs of white ladies with black behinds, and the is out of this enormous black seat. The strange aspect is that people think this is something Kanye would say because, well, he's Kanye. She stated that Kanye then elevated her to be his chief of staff with a jaw-dropping $4 million salary, and just like that he sacked her in October 2022 and promised her a $3 million severance payout that he never paid. In Lauren's case, she hit Kanye with claims for wrongful termination, violation of contract, and creating a hostile work environment. We believed this was going to be the end of it because, honestly, it was screwed up enough. But another lady recently come forward to back up Lauren's story. The new lady, Nike Heaton, was pals with Lauren back in the day, and she stated that Kanye and Diddy reportedly got perilously close to essaying her. Nike is a vocalist that blew up a bit a few years ago, and she was informed that Kanye wanted to collaborate with her. She was obviously enthusiastic since Kanye was a major celebrity, and she felt she was receiving her big break. However, when she arrived there with her manager, she stated that Diddy was in the studio along with 9 other females. This should have been the first red flag. She then claimed that she and her manager were given alcohol that was drugged. Again, this isn't shocking considering Diddy has been exposed several times for allegedly spiking beverages. Y'all, Nike had a lot to say about this, and it's stunning.
I didn't know what to do, but I knew that there was something wrong, basically. And I was standing there pretending to sip this drink, and my manager was sitting across from me. And I see her across the room holding her drink. And it was weird because I noticed as I was standing there just like wondering what's going on, Diddy kept looking at me and Kanye kept looking at Lauren, and like they were exchanging glances, and I'm like, they're like watching me strangely. And I'm like, okay, let me pretend to drink, and like I'm not actually doing it. And like that seemed to like make them happy, like me like pretending to like join in. And immediately I'm like, there's something in this drink. There's something in this drink. And I didn't know what to do. And I, like, my manager was like across the room, but like close enough, but like not next to me, so I couldn't like whisper to her. But I wanted to tell her, I'm like, hey, don't fucking drink this. There's something wrong with this. But I couldn't. So I reach for my phone and I start to type, and Kanye takes the phone out of my hands and he's like, who are you texting? Like, you don't need to text anyone. Like, we're having a party. And I was like, okay. And he like puts it on one of the speakers. And I'm like, now what do I do? Like, I don't know what to do. And I see my manager take a sip, and I'm like, and then I see her take another sip, 2 sips out of this little vodka cranberry cup. And I'm like, oh, what do I do? 2 sips, and I watch her face flush. And all of a sudden, like, I look over and she's speaking really loud and like making jokes. And I'm like, whoa, like, this isn't her. Like, she doesn't make jokes. She's terrified of people. Like, she doesn't even talk. And I was like, it's already hitting her. Like, 100%, I just knew that the drinks were all laced with something. And she starts like almost being like belligerent a little bit, but not in like a crazy way, just like really enjoying herself. And I'm like, that's not her. That's not her. She doesn't even want to be here. Like, this is weird. And all of a sudden she like dismisses the studio host. Like, she's like, you can leave. And I'm like, oh my God, like, what's going on? And the girls file out. They go to like a different studio, or they go somewhere. And I realize that I'm in this studio. The music's low, the lights are dim, but you can still like see everything. And I realize that I'm in the studio with Diddy and Kanye, and they're both off their shit. And there's 3 other men, an executive that works with Kanye, his engineer, and his cousin, and me, alone. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I haven't started freaking out yet. Like, I know what the situation is. I know, like, I know this is a bad place to be in, but I don't really feel scared yet, you know? Like, cause I'm like, there's other people around. There's other men around, and I know them. Like, I've known them for a while. Like, nothing bad's gonna happen. Kanye and Diddy have realized that I'm the only girl in the room. And they're like out of their minds. And they start coming towards me, and they're like, don't you want to take your clothes off? Like, it's so hot in here. And I'm like, no, fine. I'm fine like this. And they're like, come on, like, it's just us. Like, we're all just friends. Like, let us just like see like how you look. And I'm like, okay, I'm fine. And like, I still haven't gotten scared yet, you know? Like, I'm still like, this is a bad situation. I'm creeped out, but like, there's no reason to panic. There's other men here. And they're coming towards me more, and they're trying to like take my clothes off. And I'm like at that point where I'm like, this is not good, but I'm like still trying to like play it off. Just like, stop, you guys are stupid. Like, get out of here. Like, don't touch me. So they start trying, like, they're like pawing at me. Like, they're both drunk, probably on something else. And I start to get a little bit apprehensive because I'm pretty much like backed up against the wall. Like, there's only one exit, and I'm pressed up against this door. And I'm still not completely terrified yet, but I'm like, you guys stop, like, stop. And they're getting to the point where they have like ripped my shirt off. And like, I'm like almost fully exposed at this point. And they're both coming at me. And I'm like, you guys, like, seriously, this isn't funny anymore. And I look to my left where his executive is. Like, we know him pretty well. Like, we've been around him a lot. He's literally 3 feet away from me. Like, if I reached and he reached too, like, we could touch. Like, he's that close. And I look and I'm like, hey, like, I give that look where I'm just like, come on, like, step in. Like, this isn't cool. Like, you're a grown man. Like, you're like 50 years old. I know you have a family. Like, you know this isn't right. Like, do something. And this is the part that for as long as I live, I will never forget. It isn't actually the aspect of being sad. That's not what haunts me. It's this. As these 2 grown men were pawing at me, trying to take my clothes off, I look over to this man asking for help, and I literally mouth the word help. And he looks away. I'm like, okay, there's still 2 more men in the room. And I look to his engineer next, who's sitting right next to him. And I know that he's married and he just had a little baby girl. And I'm like, okay, he's gonna do something. And I look at him next and I'm like, okay, like, do something, say something, do anything. And he looks down at his phone and starts texting. And then I was like, oh. I look at Kanye's cousin next and I'm like, do something, like, do something. And he spins his chair around. And that's when that, like, gut-wrenching fear set in. And I was like, oh, no one's saving me tonight. No one's gonna do anything. And that's when I was truly scared. At this point, they had ripped my shirt off and they were trying to get my pants off. And I realized that I was completely alone. And I closed my eyes for a second and I was like, God help me. What do I do? And as my eyes were closed, this is gonna sound weird because I bet a lot of you are wondering, like, how did you get out of this situation? My eyes were closed and I prayed and I said, God help me, what do I do? And it was like clear as day. I heard this in my head and it didn't make any sense. I heard, go towards them. And I was like, oh, great. The one time I asked God for help, Satan answers, because why the would I go towards these two predators who are me? Like, why would I do that? And then all of a sudden it clicked. My back was up against the glass wall. I could not go any further back. That was the only exit. He said, go towards them. They were already drunk off their shit. So I lunged forward. I stepped forward and it, like, threw them off balance. Like, they were like, oh, and, like, they stepped back at least 1.5 feet. And the moment that they did, I reached behind my back, I pulled the door and I slipped out, grabbing my clothes.
This is incredibly awful. But again, it shouldn't be shocking since y'all, you know what Diddy has been exposed for, and Kanye has a lawsuit alleging him of SA, including the admissions from his staff about watching pornographic videos at work. But wait on. It gets worse. According to sources, Kanye has apparently been giving Bianca the Cassie treatment. While it's unclear if he has been physically violent, her family and friends have complained about how he has supposedly been controlling her. I mean, on one hand, his addiction to adult movies is evident in the way he dresses her. Bianca is usually half nude in public, and she is often improperly dressed. And get this, she doesn't have a choice in how she wears because she has to follow Kanye. That certainly speaks a lot about what Kanye is like. Dressing your wife like an adult movie star in public is one thing, but there's more. Her friends and family are reporting that Kanye has been dominating Bianca from the very start, and it is not looking good. One friend reported that Kanye is isolating her, stating Bianca is stuck, and her friends are attempting to assist her, but no one can because of the blockades Kanye has placed up around her.
I do not think he's insane. I think he might be struggling with a little buyer's remorse because he did buy into the game. That's why he's able to talk about his mom being sacrificed. Then I went back and did a little research about her plastic surgeon. As you know, she died from the effects of plastic surgery. His record was terrible. He had been sued, malpractice insurance. He couldn't even get malpractice insurance for less than $10 million in some places. He didn't have the best record. If she died from natural complications, why are you defensive as a physician? And then he had said in one of the interviews that he did, Kanye knows why his mom died. I just wish he would tell the truth about it. That's what the doctor said.
Oh, wow.
And this was 1.5 years after Donda died. And now he's saying, my mother was sacrificed? I don't know. Is he crazy?
Following the global success of his tweets in which he defended Diddy and admitted to hitting women, Kanye West has now deactivated his X account. Kanye claims he has complete dominion over his wife and that Diddy has no business going to prison for allegedly abusing women. Is Bianca Censori a victim of actual abuse? And how is she related to Ye's current legal battle? Kanye recently began tweeting about his plans to speak with Donald Trump in order to get a presidential pardon for Puffy and about how Diddy ought to be released from prison. Diddy and Kanye had a long history together. In fact, Kanye went so far as to name Diddy his closest friend and hero in 2021, adding that he still sought Diddy's counsel. Bear in mind that everything transpired after Kanye's misogynistic and racist comments. Kanye is now claiming that the sentencing of Diddy is connected to a larger plot. Notably, Kanye and Diddy aren't the only ones who've had problems. Diddy addressed Kanye's comments and Kanye's White Lives Matter t-shirt in 2022 during an appearance on The Breakfast Club.
And then I was going to put out these t-shirts today, Kanye or nothing. And then Kanye, my boy. Kanye, my boy.
Now, this is where he need the OG talk.
Kanye, my boy.
White Lives Matter.
Kanye, my boy, is a super free thinker. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times what he means is like misconstrued. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes just, you know,
You gotta stop making excuses for him, Paul.
Yeah, no. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying that if he did it, like, that's the way he thinks. And so, you know, and I understand white lives do matter, but it's not that. That was our slogan. That wasn't our slogan to go share with nobody else. And so that's the only message. We don't have to condemn Kanye or cancel him. We doesn't have to go crazy. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, you gotta be, you gotta understand, like, your actions, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like we can't be tone deaf.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying, as a people. And so to me, it was very tone deaf. But I'm not condemning my brother, because I like it when he's a free thinker. But I just think that this time is the wrong time, because we don't need to get distracted. We really need to know what's going on besides Instagram. What's going on in our communities.
Following Diddy's remarks on his t-shirt, Kanye tweeted screenshots of his chat with Diddy where he was warning him to stay away. Despite the friction between Kanye and Diddy, Kanye is now supporting Diddy, stating that every rapper in the business hits women and it's not that big a problem. In one tweet, Kanye even wrote, "Let me start by saying I am, and I have hit women before." Unlike the Puff video, Drake claims Kendrick beat his girlfriend, but there is no recording of it. "I'm in LA right now at the Four Seasons. I'm risking my life to tweet this, so walk with me." Drake claims Kendrick hit his queen. The world saw Puff hit Cassie. Kendrick is at the Super Bowl. He also tweeted, "Free Puff," and all these celebrities, and now y'all will watch our brother rot and never say bowing. We all saw them attempt to cancel Chris Brown, and ain't nobody do nothing. I was conscious then too. Chris Brown, it's until the wheels come off. Saying all of this after viewing that horrific footage of Diddy physically abusing Cassie is startling. Diddy continually lied about Cassie, saying she was simply hungry for money. It was only after the video went viral that Diddy finally admitted his guilt. Kanye West's antics are making everyone fear that he could truly be abusing Bianca after all, because who in their right mind would tweet that they beat women? As if all of this wasn't enough, Kanye even made fun of Cassie and placed a sweatshirt on his website that had the same logo as the one Cassie was wearing when Diddy beat her.
West put up a photo of Cassandra Ventura from that video next to a stock image of the hoodie that she's wearing, saying the Love hoodie is available on his website. He also apparently wrote in another post, "You have to truly be in love to get to the point of risking everything." Now, in another bizarre tweet post, West at one point over the weekend tweeted photos of Combs at the Grammys in 2000 with his then girlfriend Jennifer Lopez, and he captioned it, "Remember when J-Lo pulled up to the red carpet with my twin?" Again, strange. Don't know what's leading him to post so much and talk so much about Sean Combs right now.
Reaction to the video on social media, mixed. Diddy saying he takes full responsibility for his actions. Fox 11's Chelsea Edwards is live in Century City near the hotel where the assault occurred. Chelsea?
That's right, Susan. So this hotel has since been closed, but it has certainly become a big part of the conversation since that violent video was released on Friday. As you mentioned, now we are hearing from Sean Diddy Combs himself in a selfie-style apology. Up until now, he's denied all of the allegations against him. Now, lawyers for Ventura were quick to react to all of this, especially this apology video. They said Combs' most recent statement is more about himself than the many people he has hurt. When Cassie and multiple other women came forward, he denied everything and suggested that his victims were looking for a payday. That he was only compelled to apologize once his repeated denials were proven false shows his pathetic desperation, and no one will be swayed by his disingenuous words, end quote.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you gotta do that. I was f***ed up. I mean, I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy. I'm going to rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to f*** you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands-off with somebody. A number of producers come in to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman.
To make things worse, Kanye West openly stated that he owns his wife. I have dominion over my wife. This ain't no woke-ass feminist, sir. She's dating a billionaire. Why would she listen to any of you poor bankrupt bums? People claim the red carpet outfit was her decision. Yes. I don't force her do nothing she doesn't want to, but she absolutely wouldn't have been able to do it without my blessing, you foolish awakened puppets. I have no regard or empathy for anybody alive, since no one living can link with me, but I do love certain individuals and I offer them favor. Bianca Censori has always been an exhibitionist, but what she's doing today is obviously being forced on her by Kanye.
Misogyny storm that he was kind of using her as a puppet for his business and forcing her to strip off against her will. And he also, in this long stream of messages, addressed that and said how he basically owned her. However, she did want to do that and she was going along with it, and almost she should be grateful that she's with a billionaire instead of the majority of broke public. I think that's how he referred to everyone else. And why would she feel bad about acting in that way alongside him? But obviously that kind of pales at, a little bit compared to this kind of extreme racist rhetoric that he's now pushing on there. And it's hard to say whether he's having a kind of, he's unwell, having a bit of an episode, or if he's just trying to push controversy because he knows it's going to keep him in the limelight and get people talking, even for the wrong reasons. He doesn't really seem to care if people view him in a positive light anymore. He just wants people to be talking about him. Part of me thinks he feels he's too far above this for it to kind of taint him, and it's almost like a god complex of I will say what I want and I'm going to push the boundaries as far as I possibly can, and you can just watch me continue to kind of build my wealth, build my fame. on the other side of the coin, there is only so much you can do. Other people have been cancelled for far, far less than this. And it is true, Kanye does seem to have this bizarre ability to kind of navigate these controversial comments. It's almost as if it's only Kanye, therefore we won't take it too seriously, we'll let him go on. And his business has still been flourishing. He was anti-Semitic in 2022. Many people thought that would see him kind of, at least from a business perspective, drop off, but it wasn't the case. And he might even feel empowered, emboldened by that period to give it another go and even come out with, as we've seen overnight, some increasingly shocking statements. He's asking Donald Trump to basically free Sean Combs from jail, where he's currently locked up awaiting trial for racketeering and sex trafficking. That trial is going to happen in May, so he's hoping now the new president will intervene, get him out of jail and make him a free man. Obviously, Kanye and Donald Trump go back a few years now. He endorsed the president when he was elected first time round, and was famously seen wearing the MAGA cap in the Oval Office with him. And then 4 years later, obviously, Kanye ran himself with much less success than Don, and it appears now he's kind of bringing back that friendship and calling for a favour from his old mate.
Kanye West has been embroiled in a lawsuit in relation to Diddy. Kanye West's personal assistant, Lauren Pichot, alleges West drugged and raped her during a party in 2021. She claims West urged everyone to drink, and after a few sips of a cocktail he gave her, she felt dizzy and lost control of her body. Pichot claims she woke up the following day feeling physically unwell and bewildered, with a sense of enormous humiliation but puzzled about what had occurred. She subsequently approached West, who admitted to drugging her.
An OnlyFans model who's suing rap artist Kanye West now says that when she was working as his assistant, he took her to a party with Sean Diddy Combs where she was allegedly sexually assaulted. We're taking a look at the latest allegations in her court filings as pressure continues to mount against Combs and his associates. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Now, back in June, we told you about a lawsuit filed by Lauren Pichot against rapper Kanye West, and she's suing him for wrongful termination and sexual harassment. But earlier this month, her legal team filed an amended complaint saying she was drugged and sexually assaulted at a party co-hosted by Kanye West and Sean Diddy Combs. Have you heard of him? Of course, because we have been following the Combs case very closely here on Sidebar. He was actually back in court last Thursday, as we reported. This is as prosecutors address the absolute mountain of evidence and discovery they need to go through. During raids on his homes back in March, Homeland Security investigators took away electronics and surveillance systems, which they say contained terabytes of information. They're working their way through it now to determine what is actually relevant to their case. And prosecutors in the Southern District of New York, they accuse Combs of racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, transportation to engage in prostitution. The core allegation that Combs used his power, his influence, his serious wealth to organize sex performances referred to as freak-offs. That's when he would allegedly bring in male sex workers who would have sex with people like Combs' ex-girlfriend Cassandra Ventura. The people taking part in these, what are essentially orgies, were reportedly plied with alcohol and drugs to keep them compliant and were threatened not to say anything. Now, Combs' attorneys have said that if these freak-offs really did take place, they were consensual, and Combs did nothing illegal. Well, now, going back to this lawsuit, Pichot has come forward to say that Kanye West co-hosted a party with Sean Combs in Santa Monica, California that led to her assault. This incident allegedly happened before she worked for West as his assistant in 2021 and 2022. She claims she was working with a, quote, musician client, who is not identified in the court filing, when West sought them out to invite them to the music studio shindig. Now, Pichot claims that West told everyone that they had to drink or leave the party. Now, after taking a few sips of her drink, Pichot claims that she, quote, suddenly started to feel disoriented, began to slip into an altered and highly impaired state. Pichot says that she doesn't remember anything else and woke up the next day feeling traumatized and disturbed. The amended complaint says that Pichot was mostly concerned that maybe she had embarrassed herself in front of her then client, or maybe even Kanye West himself. Now, Pichota reportedly believed that someone who helped prepare the drinks was responsible for drugging her, but years down the line, when West reportedly fired Pichota from her job as his assistant, he allegedly confessed to her that they had, quote, hooked up at the party after she was drugged. So according to Pichota, West was having an argument with his then-wife Kim Kardashian, who was accusing him of cheating on her with Pichota, and Pichota wanted to clear things up and suggested that she reach out to Kim to assure her that nothing had ever happened, but she claims West stopped her from sending the message saying, "We did kind of hook up a little one time." She says he started to reminisce about that party years before, and when Pichota said she didn't remember any of that, he reportedly laughed and said, "Women love to say they don't remember."
Kanye West has also made some pretty outrageous statements about his wife. According to reports, Kanye reportedly informed Pichot that he wanted to sleep with her mom and Bianca's mom as they watched. This isn't the first time Kanye has received popularity for something like this. In another claim filed by model Jennifer Ann, Kanye reportedly sexually abused her while telling her, "This is art. This is full art. I am like Picasso."